Hey guys, it's Moonlander back with another horror movie review. And today we're going to be looking at a new movie called The Crucifixion.
Running away from this is exactly what it wants.
They bus transference.
Leave her now!
So this movie's directed by Xavier Gaines, who did Frontiers, which I reviewed that movie not too long ago, and I really enjoyed that one. I thought it was crazy. But anyway, so The Crucifixion is currently $6.99 to rent on Amazon, and that's where I rented it. Okay, so this movie starts off and it lets you know that it was inspired by actual events. And then you get scenes of a priest and some nuns performing an exorcism on a nun in a church. And now this woman ends up dying, and this priest, at least, gets arrested and charged with murder. And then the story follows a journalist, a young woman, who is obsessed with getting the chance to write a story on this murder. And she has her own personal reasons to why she wants to do this, because she feels like it would vindicate her beliefs in God, because she thinks, that God isn't real and people's faith in God is actually harmful. And she has her reasons for this, dealing with like her mom and her mom dying from cancer. And apparently she held these beliefs even before that happened.
She died during an exorcism. They're being arrested and charged now.
A possessed nun story? It's another chance for you to nail faith to the wall.
Now, while in Romania, she interviews everyone connected to the exorcism, the bishop of the church, the priest that's in jail now for murder, another priest from the church. I mean, she pretty much goes to everyone. And now this movie is a little slow moving, so I just thought I'd mention that. But anyway, eventually things start happening to her. She starts having experiences and visions, and, evil things start happening. And as the movie progresses, you get flashbacks to this nun who was possessed before, and how that developed and the stages of the possession. So the things I liked about The Crucifixion is the woman that dies during the exorcism, and when they show her during these flashbacks, I actually thought this lady was pretty scary. And now there's one scene in particular that sticks out in my mind, where she's laying in bed moaning passionately, and her roommate, another nun, decides to check on her, and she rips the blanket off of her, and her vagina is covered in spiders. And yeah, this lady is pretty scary at times during this movie. Now, I will say that this movie did make me jump at least once or twice, but that leads me into my bad things about this movie is I think it relies too much on jump scares, and I mean, they're pretty cheap, really.
An easy target.
And I would have to say, this movie is just another standard, exorcism movie. There's nothing really unique or special about this movie. I mean, maybe other than the spider part, nothing really sticks out in my mind that makes me want to suggest this to someone, or would even help me remember this movie in a week or two. So, yeah, it's just pretty much a standard type of exorcism movie. And I mean, really, that I gotta discredit it for that. You're not gonna see anything new or exciting with this movie. And I'd also have to say, I really didn't care for the main character of this movie. She is played by a Sophie Cookson, and now I don't know if it was the actress or just boring writing, but I just really didn't care what happened to this woman. And I found her to be a little bit obnoxious, and I just really didn't like her. Okay, so I'd also like to mention that I did see on some user reviews for this movie that people were mentioning that they thought this movie might be a Catholic indoctrination movie. And I didn't get any hint of that, but I don't know. I'm not exactly looking to see if it is one while I was watching it. But yeah, I didn't feel like it was. So my final thoughts on the Crucifixion is I would definitely wouldn't pay $6.99 to watch this movie. Unless you're really into exorcism movies, but even if you are, I don't really think you're gonna get much out of this one. There's nothing really special about this movie. And in fact, I would say that I'm really starting to tire of the whole exorcist thing. It's really just, I'm getting exorcism fatigue from these books and movies that I'm reading. All of these exorcist movies are just all kind of blending together for me, and I can't like differentiate which one it was I watched a week ago or a year ago. You know, I really am getting kind of burnt out on these types of movies. But anyway, I mean, it is pretty good for what it is, and I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I don't really think it deserves much more than that. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next review.